So, in the future, would we say perhaps take the diagnostic first or fill out this type of an application first? Perhaps, you learn as you grow, because there could be an advantage to have a group that's all, let's say, 1 to 5 years out of law school. There could be an advantage to have a group that are very senior lawyers. But I'm telling you, there was something really magic about having somebody from each stage of their career in a room, because they were able to bring various perspectives and share with each other.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmakers video series, where point one can make a difference. I'm joined today by Neil Handwerker and Kimberly Fine, who are co-founders of Ex Judicata. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now, for anyone who hasn't seen the other videos, can you give me a very short summary of what Ex Judicata does?
Well, we provide what we like to think of as a total solution for any lawyer or law student interested in a non-legal career or committed to moving to a non-legal career. Everything starting with a career diagnostic to coaching to courses, and it all culminates in the first ever job board where 100% of the roles are non-legal jobs for JDs.
Thank you, Neil. It sounds really comprehensive, but Kimberly, you were telling me that not only do you have all of this information available on your website, but you ran a workshop recently. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So my whole background has been in executive events. So while it's wonderful to meet on Zoom and it's wonderful to have great content, there's nothing like looking a person in the eye, giving them a hug, shaking their hand. So we put together a one-day workshop, a career transition workshop. We limited it to 5 attendees. And what was very interesting is that we had a whole range from an associate all the way up to a chief compliance officer. So really fascinating. So we were like, okay, how are we gonna make this work? But it was just terrific. We put them through exercises. Neil talked with them a lot about your elevator pitch, which one would think is so simple, but it's actually really not if you need to capture somebody's attention. We talked about the branding and their personal brand and how that would have to evolve. And then we had some wonderful guest speakers. We had Andy Gold, who's the immediate CHRO of Pitney Bowes, the immediate past CHRO. And he talked with everybody about looking at your resume and picking out those gems and how you map a legal resume to a non-legal business role. It was really fascinating. And then we had Bart Schwartz, who has been one of our supporters since the inception, who's the CEO of Guidepost Solutions, talk about his pivot from being the head of the Southern District of New York to the criminal division of the Southern District of New York to now the CEO of Guidepost, which is a global investigative management services firm. So the people in the room really got this incredible flavor of how can I arm myself? How can I start on my career transition? What support do I need? What steps need to be taken? Then they had everyone else in the room like exchanging numbers and offering contacts. So it was just incredible. And it was a typical cohort approach. It was our first one, and we do hope to do many more.
Well, I sure hope you do. That sounds very useful for a lot of people. Were those people in the cohort, had they already gone through all the information on your website, the diagnostic and all of the training, or were they new?
They were new. They were new. Absolutely. So, in the future, would we say perhaps take the diagnostic first or fill out this type of an application first? Perhaps, you learn as you grow, because there could be an advantage to have a group that's all, let's say, 1 to 5 years out of law school. There could be an advantage to have a group that are very senior lawyers. But I'm telling you, there was something really magic about having somebody from each stage of their career in a room, because they were able to bring various perspectives and share with each other. So it worked out very well.
I bet that was very useful. Sometimes hearing about a different aspect of someone's career can really help. So I hope that you're going to do some more of those cohorts. For anybody who's watching who thinks that sounds amazing, they could at least get started with your website and take the diagnostic.
Absolutely.
And I think you said that you offer a first complimentary session with the coaches too. Once they do that diagnostic, maybe they have some questions.
Yes, 100%. Our team of coaches, highly curated. They've all come from the business world. They each graciously offered 30 minutes complimentary. And then if a potential client would like to work with one of those coaches, then they just set it up from there.
Great. So if anybody watching thinks that the workshop you did sounds like the most amazing thing they've ever heard of, because it sounds so useful, could they maybe put themselves on a wait list for the next time you run it?
Absolutely. They can just email us directly. Again, it's exjudicata.com. And so for me, it would just be K Fine. And for Neil, it would be N Handwerker.
Well, thank you very much. And for anybody who doesn't want to wait for the next workshop, as I said, they have this great diagnostic tool right on their website that can get you started. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.